So I'm here today with Melissa Houston from the Greenwich Historical Society, and Melissa's here to talk to my social seniors about the Historical Society. Thank you so much for coming, first of all. You did a great presentation. To the people that we're talking to now, tell us a little bit about the Historical Society.
Sure, the Greenwich Historical Society's main goals are kind of twofold. One is the preservation and collecting of Greenwich's history, and the other is to educate the public about Greenwich's history. So we present this history. And we do it in a number of different ways. We collect through our archives and our collections that we have, but we also present those stories through things like lecture series, school programs. You can come on campus for a program as well, visit the site, take a tour. There's a lot of opportunities to both share and to learn about Greenwich.
So how far back do your records go, your archives go?
I don't know the very oldest thing in our collection, but we do have things that go all the way back to the 1700s. The Historical Society started collecting in the 1930s, and so we've been collecting for almost 100 years now. So our 100th anniversary will be in 2031.
Okay.
So we have lots of collections.
And you're celebrating the America's 250th anniversary, and you mentioned something about a new garden that you're putting in the Bush Holly House?
Yes, so we have education gardens, and our education gardens are part of our interpretation or part of our storytelling. And so this year the gardens are going to be an 18th century kitchen garden.
Oh my God, how fun.
I know, it's fun.
And you're looking for volunteers to help with the garden, or?
Of course, yeah, we always are. And this year we're excited. A lot of things that we're growing, we're going to be able to harvest and partner with Neighbors Neighbor and other organizations in town. So we're trying to make sure that our gardens are both a teaching tool, but they're also serving our community.
What's most recognizable about the Bush Holly House, where the Greenwich Historical Society is located, is the gorgeous lilacs out in front. You get comments about those all the time?
We do, and some of them are original to when the hollies were there. So some of those plants are 100 years old.
Oh my word.
Yeah,
wow.
Same as our grape arbors. So if you're walking on campus and you see the grape arbors, those were planted by the hollies as well. So we have historic plants, not just historic buildings.
And then one of the things that you mentioned today during your lecture was that you're going to be looking for paraphernalia from the 60s and 70s, specifically Beatles specific, or no? What are you looking for? Because people might have them, right? You know
so the example I gave is that we tend to collect things that are very old. And when we do programming about the recent past, the 50s, 60s, 70s, we find we don't have as much. So the example I gave is that we want to have a band on campus who's going to be a Beatles cover band, and we were doing research in the archives to say, well, did Beatlemania come to Greenwich?
Right.
And we couldn't answer that question because we haven't been collecting those more recent documents.
Okay.
So.
Well, I can tell you real quick, my father was a policeman in town, and he was hired by a family, and I can't remember the family's name, although it might come to me, to take his daughters, or take their daughters to the Beatle concert.
Oh, really?
And my father had no idea who the Beatles were, and so he drives these girls down to the baseball theater, or baseball center, where they were having their concert, and he goes, oh my God, listen to that house, you girls will never be allowed out of the house ever again. You know, it's very funny. But so how about an upcoming exhibit? What do you have for the public?
So this April, we are opening our Fashioning America 250 Years of Style in Greenwich exhibit, and it's going to have clothing from the 18th century all the way through to the present.
Wow.
It's in celebration of America 250, or the 250th anniversary of the United States, and so it's kind of looking at how fashion and clothing were a symbol or can communicate about a time period.
And what's your favorite piece? Do you have one already?
Oh, do I have one already? That's a good question.
It's hard, right? Because you're going from all different periods.
Yeah.
I won't put you on the spot. You can point them out to me when I get to the exhibit and tell me
Yes,
which ones
thank
you like. Well, Melissa, thank you so much for speaking to me,
Yeah,
speaking to my
thank you.
seniors,
Yeah.
and I hope we get a lot of people to come to the Greenwich Historical Society
love to
and
see you all.
see your archives.
Yes,
So,
please do.
thank you.